Welcome to Soulkind Stories. Don't forget to click subscribe and write in the comments which city you're watching from. 9-year-old Lily Harrison watched her father, Edward, with growing dread. Edward, a kind and successful businessman, was engaged to Jessica Thorne. To others, Jessica was charming. To Lily, she was a predator, interested only in her father's wealth. Lily had tried to warn her dad about Jessica's fake smiles and her obsession with his valuables, but he dismissed it as childish jealousy. Desperate, Lily turned to Sarah, her nanny. Sarah had been with the Harrisons for years, a quiet, observant woman with a warm heart. One rainy afternoon, Lily pleaded, "Sarah, you have to help me. Jessica is evil. She just wants Daddy's money. You have to stop the wedding." Sarah hesitated. She had noticed Jessica's coldness, her dismissiveness towards staff, and her intense interest in Edward's finances. But accusing Edward's fiancée was a huge step. "Lily, that's very serious," Sarah said gently. "Are you sure?" "I know it," Lily cried. "I hear her on the phone, talking about assets and investments, never love. She even said Daddy is easy to manipulate. Please, Sarah, you're like a second mom to me. You have to help me save Daddy." Sarah looked into Lily's earnest, fearful eyes. She saw genuine conviction. Lily was perceptive. Sarah recalled Jessica's overly sweet compliments to Edward, always followed by a desire for luxury. The doubts Sarah already held began to solidify. "Lily," Sarah said, "stopping a wedding could deeply hurt your father. Are you absolutely certain?" "No," Lily insisted. "She doesn't love him. She loves his money. Please, Sarah, you're the only one who believes me. You have to help." The second mom comment resonated deeply. Sarah felt a fierce protectiveness for Lily and Edward. If Lily was right, Edward was in danger. Sarah took a deep breath. "All right, Lily," she said, her resolve firm. "I'll try, but we must be very careful." Lily's face lit up with hope. "Thank you, Sarah." Sarah began her discreet investigation. She observed Jessica closely, noticing her hushed phone calls when Edward was out. Sarah would casually pass by, catching snippets like transfer, assets, and Jessica scoffing at a prenup. Jessica often left her laptop open, revealing financial news and luxury real estate sites. One evening, Sarah overheard Jessica on a call in the study, unaware Sarah was nearby. Jessica's voice was sharp, devoid of her usual sweetness. "He's completely smitten," she hissed. "The old fool doesn't suspect a thing. Once married, it'll be simple to control everything. His little darling Lily will be out of the picture soon." A chill ran down Sarah's spine. This was about more than money. It was about harming Lily. Sarah needed concrete evidence. She remembered a small, discreet security camera Edward had for the garden. That night, she secretly placed it in a potted plant in the study, aimed at Jessica's favorite armchair. The next few days were tense. Sarah checked the camera recordings whenever she was alone. 2 days before the wedding, she found it. Jessica was on a video call with an unknown man. Her voice was loud and chillingly confident. "It's all set," Jessica gloated. "Edward signed everything. The prenup was a minor hurdle, but I convinced him it was just a formality. Once we're married, I'll have power of attorney. We'll liquidate his assets, transfer them offshore, and then, poof, he'll be left with just enough for appearances while we disappear with the real fortune." The man chuckled. "And the kid?" Jessica sneered. "Lily? Oh, she'll be sent off to some boarding school in Europe. Out of sight, out of mind. She's a nuisance anyway." Sarah's blood ran cold. Jessica planned to fleece Edward and send Lily away. This was outright cruelty. The video was irrefutable proof. Sarah transferred the file to her phone. Her hands trembled, but her resolve was ironclad. She had to expose Jessica. The wedding day dawned bright, a stark contrast to the brewing storm. The Harrison estate buzzed with activity. Guests mingled, a string quartet played, and anticipation filled the air. Lily, in a flower girl dress, clung to Sarah's hand, her face pale with anxiety. "Are you sure it will work, Sarah?" she whispered. "Just trust me, Lily," Sarah murmured. "We'll make sure the truth comes out." Jessica, radiant in her wedding gown, floated through the crowd, accepting compliments with a dazzling false smile. Edward, handsome and blissfully unaware, greeted guests, his eyes full of adoration for his bride. The ceremony was about to begin. Guests took their seats. Edward stood at the altar. Jessica began her walk down the aisle. Sarah's heart pounded. She had prepared a small portable projector, hidden in a basket near the reception area, connected to her phone. As Jessica reached the altar, just as the officiant cleared his throat, Sarah took a deep breath. With a quick movement, she activated the projector. A large image flickered to life on the wall behind the altar. It was the video of Jessica in the study. The silence was deafening. Jessica's clear, cold voice filled the hall. "He's completely smitten. The old fool doesn't suspect a thing. Once we're married, I'll have power of attorney. We'll liquidate some of his less liquid assets, transfer them offshore. He'll be left with just enough to maintain appearances while we disappear with the real fortune." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Edward's face turned ashen. Jessica froze, her face contorting from shock to fury. "What is this?" she shrieked. "This is a setup. It's fake." But the video continued, showing her discussing Lily's fate. Lily? Oh, she'll be sent off to some boarding school in Europe. Out of sight, out of mind. She's a nuisance anyway. Edward's eyes, filled with betrayal, fixed on Jessica. He stepped away. "Get out," he commanded, his voice low but firm. "Get out of my house, Jessica. Now." Security guards quickly escorted a screaming, protesting Jessica Thorne from the premises. The wedding was over. The aftermath was chaotic. Guests dispersed. Lily rushed to her father, hugging him tightly. He held her close, still in shock. Later that evening, after everyone had left, Edward sat in his study, head in his hands. Lily sat beside him. Sarah stood awkwardly by the door. Lily looked up at her father. "Daddy," she said softly, "I told you Jessica was bad, but Sarah believed me. She found the video. She's really, really good." Edward looked up at Sarah, seeing her quiet strength and genuine concern. He remembered her years of caring for Lily, her steady presence. He realized how easily he had been fooled, while Sarah had seen the truth. He stood and walked to Sarah. "Sarah," he said, his voice thick with emotion, "I don't know how to thank you. You saved me and protected Lily. You're truly a remarkable woman." Lily, seizing the moment, looked at her father, her eyes shining. "Daddy," she said, "Sarah is so good. She's already like a mom to me. Can she be my real mom? Can she be your wife instead?" Edward looked from Lily to Sarah, a slow smile spreading across his face. Sarah blushed, her heart fluttering. The idea, once unthinkable, now seemed perfect. He knelt, hugged Lily, then extended a hand to Sarah. "Lily might just have the best idea yet," he said, his eyes twinkling. "What do you say, Sarah? Would you consider making our family complete?" Sarah, tears welling, smiled. "Yes, Edward," she whispered, "I would." In that moment, a new, genuine beginning blossomed from the ashes of a broken engagement, all thanks to a perceptive little girl and a brave, loving nanny.